Is there a worrying injury crisis at Real Madrid? Not really. Let's get into it. This week, we received an official announcement from Real that Rodrigo tore his cruciate ligament and meniscus and he will soon undergo surgery. This means his season is over, he will be out for about 9 months, and of course, he won't play in the upcoming World Cup. All in all, in the past 2.5 years, we've seen 6 cases of cruciate ligament tears at Real Madrid. Courtois, Militão, Alaba, Carvajal, Militão again, and now Rodrigo. By the way, if you want to know about cruciate ligament tears or meniscus tears, the surgeries and everything, there's a lot of information on my YouTube channel. But let's get back to whether 6 cruciate ligament tears in 2.5 years is a lot or not. A study conducted on the Spanish League over 10 seasons showed that there are about 11 cruciate ligament tears each season. That is 0.55 cruciate ligament tears per team per season. In other words, 1 tear every 2 years, and in 2.5 years, we should expect about 0.3 tears. And with Real, as mentioned, in the past 2.5 years, we've seen 6 tears, which is about 4.3 times the league average. So why is this happening? The real explanation is always made up of many factors, and I'll keep it brief. The 3 main factors are match load, mental stress, and the domino effect, but there are also many other small things. The domino effect means that once a player gets injured, other players get more minutes, which puts them at greater risk, and then they get injured, and more players have to play and take on more load, and so on and so forth. In any case, if we really look at the past 2.5 years, we see unusually high numbers, again about 4.3 times the league average. But if we broaden our perspective and look back 10 years, we had only 1 ACL tear, Asensio in 2019. That brings us to 7 tears in 10 years, an average of 0.7 compared to 0.55 in the league. That already makes much more sense, especially when you consider that Real Madrid players play many more games than players on weaker teams in the league. A starting player at Real Madrid will play more than 60 games a season compared to a player on a weaker team who will play 40 or 42 games. If we agree that a Real Madrid player plays at least 30% more than another player, then the numbers already look much more reasonable. This is also because he is under greater accumulated strain since he plays more, and he simply spends more minutes on the field, and the more you play, the higher the risk of injury. So yes, in the past 2.5 years, there has been a worrying increase in the number of cruciate ligament tears at Real Madrid, but this fits the general global trend of more injuries, and I've talked about this quite a bit in the past. But if we take a step back and look at everything from a broader 10-year perspective, suddenly the numbers don't seem so strange. It's just that the team is under more pressure, and honestly, there's a lot more focus on them, so overall I don't see particularly alarming numbers here. If you enjoyed the video and learned something, feel free to subscribe to the channel, like, comment, share, or do anything else. It really helps me a lot to create more content. Good luck.